Hello everyone, I'm the Lumber Humberjack, and today we're playing Minecraft. But it's not just any Minecraft. Our goal for the day is to look at 10 different ways to send a redstone signal at least 50 blocks. So, let's get started. Way number 1. Redstone wires and repeaters. Now, this is probably the most boring way, but we need to establish a nice little baseline, so if you're looking to move redstone a long distance, you can't just throw down redstone wire and repeaters. So let's make sure that this works. There we go. See, you get a little bit of a delay for every repeater, but it's a reliable way of sending a signal. But we can do better. Option number 2, minecarts and rails. Now, all things considered, this one's pretty simple. All we have to do is hit the button, the dispenser pushes out a minecart, and it sends it on its merry way, and eventually it hits an activator rail on the other side. So let's get this lined up and see what happens. So the minecart goes on its journey, and when it reaches the other side, it gets pushed up onto the activator rail, and we have a signal. But let's get something more fun now. Option number 3, leaf stone. Now, something really cool that I learned about this is that leaves detect logs. And so if a log is placed next to one or it's updated in some way, the leaves will detect that and transmit that signal to nearby leaves up to 6 blocks away. So you can actually build a line of leaves that function as redstone. And we can see if we hit this button, we're going to get a transfer of power and all the things fire and the light turns on. Option 4, the flying machine. Using a combination of sticky pistons, slime blocks, and observers, we can send a redstone signal from this button all the way down to that redstone lamp. It takes a little while though. Option number 5, walls. As it happens, walls can transmit redstone signals. Well, kind of. You can use observers to detect changes in them. If you have a tall center post on a wall, it will cause all of the walls below it to become tall center post walls, and you can detect that with an observer and transmit a signal based on that. Now, this is a vertical type of transmission that only goes downwards, but we see if we hit this button, it will change all of the walls and it will transmit that signal down. Once again, anytime that we update that wall, it transmits the signal down. Option number 6. Scaffolding. So scaffolding has this curious property that it keeps track of how far it's overhanging. Right now, this one isn't overhanging at all because it's resting on top of a block. But if we take this block away, we see, now because of this scaffolding next to it, it's able to stay up even though there's not a full block beneath it. And now it counts as overhanging. And observers can actually pick that up. And so you can use that to send redstone signals vertically upwards instead of downwards like the wall. And so we see if we flip this trapdoor, a redstone signal travels up. Right, anytime that we update that trapdoor, we send a redstone signal cascading up the ladder, this scaffolding ladder. It's pretty magical. Option number 8, the Piston Tower. Using alternating sticky pistons and redstone blocks, you can send redstone signals vertically downward. So if we come over here and land on this thing, let's take a look at what happens. We can see that whenever we remove power from that top one, it updates all of the pistons, which updates everything in the tower, and we get a redstone signal at the bottom of the tower 50 blocks away. Option number 8. Water. So observers can actually detect when the state of water changes. So right now we've got soul sand in there, so it's bubbling all those bubbles up. And if we swap it for this magma block, it'll pull everything down and the observers will detect that change. And of course it goes the other way. Anytime that water updates, we get instantaneous, well, near instantaneous, recognition of the change. And it goes all the way up to the top. Option number 9, the Minecraft Villager. We can actually utilize Minecraft villagers to send redstone signals. Isn't that right, little guy? Let's say that we have some contraption over here to encourage this individual to run to the other side of the track. such as one that drops a zombie. We'll see that the villager gets scared and runs all the way to the other end. Sometimes he turns back and has to get scared again, but eventually he'll hit the pressure plate and send your signal. And last but not least, a quick version of instant wire. So we can see that, well, this is going to go all the way down 50 blocks, and it'll come all the way back, and it actually happens instantaneously. As soon as I hit that button, the light at this end lights up. And that's because of the instant wire. So we've got our signal is going to come this way. It'll update all these blocks at the same time. All of these pistons get updated at the same time. And it curves all the way around. And then when it takes that block away, it'll power our light. And this is commonly used in lots of big contraptions like computers and things. So that's pretty neat. Also, you might notice this big wall behind me. I'm not exactly sure how this happened, but I seem to have gotten a piston stuck inside of another piston. And if we power this block, that piston fires, but the other one doesn't. I'm not really sure what I did to make this happen, but that's pretty cool. So if any of you know how I got this piston stuck inside the other piston, be sure to let me know in the comments, because I don't know how I did it. But that's all the time we have for today. Thanks so much for hanging out. I always appreciate it. Hit that like button, smash subscribe, and hey, check me out on Twitch or YouTube Live when I'm streaming. Anything really helps the channel. Coming to live streams, watching a video, or leaving a comment. Like how I managed to get these two pistons pushed inside of each other, because I really don't know how I did that. Let me know if you know, because I don't. But anyways, yep, that's it. Have a good day. Goodbye.